Hello student. Uh, Today in this video of chapter 2 in history we will discuss about Muhammad Ghori. Okay. In last video you have studied about the Turkish invader Mahmud of Ghazni. Okay. Today we will study about Muhammad Ghori. Muhammad Ghori, who was also known by the Sahibuddin Muhammad Ghori, and he was a ruler of small kingdom in Afghanistan which was called Gaur. Okay, he invaded India not just to plunder the wealth of a country, but he also wanted to establish his empire in India. Okay, so in this topic you will see how he invaded India, how he attacked on India about 5 times, and then he established Turkish empire or Turkish rule in India. First, he conquered Multan, which is located in Pakistan, in 1175, and after that he was invited by some Indian ruler to defeat Prithviraj Chauhan. Okay, so in 1191 he attacked on the states which were in which was ruled by Prithviraj Chauhan, like the Ajmer or the state which were near to the Delhi. And that time Prithviraj Chauhan was ruler of Delhi, and he was attacked by Muhammad Ghori in 1191, and near हरियाणा के पास जो तराइन नाम का जगह है नियर हरियाणा, द फर्स्ट बैटल ऑफ तराइन वॉज फाउट बिटवीन मोहम्मद गौरी एंड पृथ्वीराज चौहान. इन दिस बैटल Prithviraj Chauhan defeated Muhammad Ghori. Okay, and from the battlefield, wounded Muhammad Ghori escaped from this battlefield, and after 1 year he again attacked on Prithviraj Chauhan in 1192 AD, and with the help of many other Rajput kings who didn't like Prithviraj Chauhan, they wanted to weak him. They supported Muhammad Ghori, or we can also say that they didn't help they did not help to पृथ्वीराज चौहान. उन्होंने पृथ्वीराज चौहान की कोई मदद नहीं की. दिस टाइम व्हेन मोहम्मद गौरी अटैक्ड ऑन पृथ्वीराज चौहान, ही reorganized his army, and he also gained lots of power by winning other part of the state which was located near the Pakistan or Multan. And in this battle of Tarain, means second battle of Tarain, Prithviraj Chauhan was defeated by Muhammad Ghori, and in this way Muhammad Ghori established his power in India, and he established the Turkish empire in India. Okay, and this is because the defeat which was happened here, you will see the resulted in foundation of Turkish rule in India, because the Indian ruler, there were so many Indian kingdoms, or the Rajput ruler, they didn't help Prithviraj Chauhan. Here you will see there were no any unity. हमारे देश में जो अलग अलग kingdoms थे उनके बीच में unity नहीं थी. That was the reason behind that the invader from the other country, they invaded India and established their empire in our country. Okay, but in 1206 Muhammad Ghori was murdered, and his territory in northern India was left under the control of his governor general, whose name was Qutbuddin Aibak. Okay, you will study in third chapter about Qutbuddin Aibak, how Qutbuddin Aibak established the slave dynasty. Now in next topic we will study about the administration of the kingdoms. Okay, which kind of administration was located in different kingdoms. First is The kingdom had supreme power, and they adopted great titles of Maharaja Dhiraj or Tribhuvan Chakravarti, means Lord of Three World. Here you will see the kingdom which was established in different part of our country, mainly who were the Hindu Rajas. They entitled themselves by the title of Maharaja Dhiraj or Tribhuvan Chakravarti, means they when they used to attack on other kingdom, and when they used to get victory on that battle, they used to entitle themselves by different kind of अलग अलग तरह के जो वो अपने लिए टाइटल क्या करते थे, होल्ड करते थे, लाइक द महाराजा अधिराज और त्रिभुवन चक्रवर्ती, मीन्स लॉर्ड ऑफ थ्री वर्ल्ड. ओके. The kings also shared their power with their samantas. You have learned about the samantas in starting in introduction video. Who were the samantas? The samantas were the subordinates of kings. Okay, these samantas were all the kings were shared their power with the samanta as well as with the association of the peasants, trader and brahmins. उनकी जो power होती, because they have a big kingdom, and it was not possible by the kings to look over these big kingdoms. So they used to share their power with the samantas and other associates like the peasants, traders and brahmins. Okay. Example is today's in our democratic country, the whole power is in the central, जो हमारी central government है तो उसके पास सारी power होती, but it used to share the power with the state government. जो स्टेट गवर्नमेंट्स होती है और जो लोकल बॉडीज़ होती है उसके साथ क्या करती है, अपनी सारी पावर को वो शेयर करती है टू गवर्न प्रॉपरली. किसी देश को चलाने के लिए पावर का डिसेंट्रलाइजेशन होना बहुत ज़रूरी. इट इज़ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट टू डिसेंट्रलाइज द पावर. इन सेम थिंग वॉज डन ड्यूरिंग दिस period. High posts in the army were filled by the people from the influential families and the close relatives of the kings, and positions were often hereditary. Mainly in army, the high posts were filled by the influential or the people who were very near to the royal family, and some of the posts were hereditary, means it was transferred from one same to the same family. Okay, member of the same family. If father died, after his when father died, the same position was given to his son. Okay, means the position which was given in army to the on high post, जो high post पे जो आर्मी में लोग होते थे उनकी जो पोस्ट होती थी वो हेरिडिटरी होती थी, मतलब बाप के बाद बेटे को वही पोस्ट दे दी जाती थी. Okay, this was about the kingdom's administration of the kingdom. Remaining point of this topic we will discuss in next video.